started with what do we do about it because I think that's part of what makes this book so special and different. It's not just problem identification. It's here's how we as patriots need to do something about it with direct references and direct opportunities to do it. So kudos for giving that next step. And I think for folks out there watching, that's yet another reason to get it because you can be engaged. And this does feel like other books you've written, it could be the beginning of a movement, of a reckoning in this country. But there's something in reading it about Marx. What is it about that philosophy that has been so enduring? When it constantly promises heaven but delivers hell, it persists nonetheless now in American form. Why?
It's a very good question, and I've thought about this, and I discuss it a little bit in the book. There have been so many books written about Marx, including my books have talked about Marx too. I think there's a couple of reasons for this. I think as a general matter, there are two groups that are attracted to Marx. People who do not take responsibility for their own lives, so they can blame society. They can be viewed by themselves as victims, as oppressed. So there's really no personal responsibility or personal accountability. They have no real connection to society. And so they project that onto us. Mm-hmm. So people who are successful need to be dragged down. People who are happy need to be sad. People who are productive need to be less productive.
Sheer destruction.
Sheer destruction. And that's what Marx is about. Destroy what is, mm-hmm. destroy what was, reject the past history, because it's all anti-humanism. The world begins today.
Yeah.
And then there's another group, power-hungry people, fanatics, who use liberty to destroy liberty. And these are diabolical people. And many of them are tenured professors. Other of them are mouthpieces on television and radio. Some of them are elected from the state of Vermont, you know, people like that. And they think they know how a country should work, despite all the examples of how horrendous and inhumane Marxism and its offshoots have been, 100 million dead and God knows how many billions enslaved. You know, it just wasn't done the right way.
Is that it? Is it the hubris of they just didn't get it right, we're going to do it right this time?
I just think it is fanaticism. You know, before the show began, we talked about how it's anti-God, mm-hmm. anti-faith. They don't see a higher power. They see government as the power, and it's all about power. When you look at the Democrat Party today, it reflects this ideology strongly and aggressively. It's all about power. They don't want to change the voting laws because they're concerned black people can't vote. I don't know where all these people are who couldn't vote. Where are they? What are their names? Where are their lawsuits under the voting rights? No, there aren't any. In the United States, it's easier to vote than any other country on the face of the earth. So they'll use race, they'll use racism and so forth. But what is it? What is the Democrat Party trying to do? It's trying to have permanent control. Mm-hmm. It wants to turn red states into blue states. If you nationalize the election process, then you nationalize the power of the Democrat Party. Does the Democrat Party care about the country? No. Now, why do I say that? It attacks the economic system. Mm-hmm. It attacks the independence of the judiciary. It wants to pack the Supreme Court, pack the United States Senate. It likes the Electoral College when it wins. It wants to destroy it when it loses. Open borders. The only explanation for open borders is twofold. One, to import Democrats. We know 2/3 of the people who come over the southern border, if they become citizens, vote Democrat.
Unless they're coming from Cuba and they might vote Republican.
And that really demonstrates the outrageous inhumanity of their ideology. It's all about power and politics. Joe Biden doesn't care about what's going on the border. He doesn't even take the time to go down to see what's going on the border, to see if his policies are working. He pretends they're not. When you look at the attack on our economic system and our energy system, what's that all about? Does that make sense? Because clean air, clean water, we have the cleanest air and clean water of any industrialized society on the face of the earth. This isn't about polar bears. This is about restructuring our society so the centralized government and the bureaucracy and the Democrat Party are in control. If this is not an American form of Marxism, then what the hell is it?